Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Nan Zhang. I'm Associate Professor from China University of Political Science and Law. Today, in this short video, I'm going to tell you the highlights in the latest development of Chinese copyright law. The outline of this video is as follows. Firstly, I'm going to tell you what happened. Secondly, I'm going to tell you what's the most important change. And thirdly, I'm going to tell you my understanding and my analysis of the amendment. Everything will be targeting on better protection of your copyright in China. So what happened? The first copyright law of People's Republic of China was implemented in 1991. The First Amendment of Chinese copyright law occurred in 2001. The Second Amendment of Chinese copyright law occurred in 2010, and the Third Amendment of Chinese copyright law occurred in 2020. What is the most important change? I think it is the Article 54 in the last amendment of Chinese copyright law, where a copyright or a right related to copyright is infringed. The infringer shall compensate the right holder in accordance with the actual losses suffered by the right holder or the infringer's illegal profits. Where it is difficult to calculate the actual losses of the right holder or the illegal profits of the infringer, compensation may be made with references to the royalties. Here, I want to remind you, when you make a licensing contract with someone or organization, you need to be very careful in designing this contract and determine how much you're going to charge the other party. Because how much you're going to charge, which is the royalty fee, will be a very important element to decide on how much your compensation will be in the future. If a person intentionally infringes upon a copyright or a right related to copyright, if the circumstances are serious, the copyright holder may be compensated for not less than one time, but not more than 5 times the amount determined according to the above method. Here, we see the cap of 5 times again. Let's look at next provision. If it is difficult to calculate the actual losses of the right holder, the illegal profits of the infringer, or the royalty of the right, the People's Court shall, according to the circumstances of the infringement, make a judgment to pay compensation of not less than 500 yuan, but not more than 5 million yuan. Here, the range is different from what happened in the Chinese patent system and what happened in the Chinese trademark law system. But you can see 500 yuan as a minimum of the range is reasonable. And the amount of compensation should also include the reasonable expenses made by the right holder to stop infringement. Here, again, we have seen the trend of increasing the compensation to the right holders. And this shows China's determination and confidence to provide better copyright protection to both the domestic right holders and overseas right holders. Let's move to the next provision. In order to determine the amount of compensation, the People's Court may order the infringer to provide account books and materials related to the infringement if the right holder has done the necessary burden of proof, and the account books and the materials related to the infringement are mainly in the possession of the infringer. If the infringer fails to provide or provides false account books and materials, the People's Court may determine the amount of compensation by referring to the claim of the right holder and evidence provided. Here, again, we see this article echoes with both the patent law and the trademark law. If the evidences are very difficult for the right holder to get access to or even collect, People's Court shall give very good assistance in collecting them. And then let's move to the next provision. When hearing copyright disputes, the People's Court shall, at the request of the right holder, order the destruction of infringing copies except in special circumstances. Materials, tools, and equipment mainly used for manufacturing infringing copies shall be ordered to be destroyed without compensation. Or, under the special circumstances, it may be ordered to prohibit the above-mentioned materials, tools, and equipment from entering commercial channels without compensation. Here, we can see stopping infringement is super useful, and quick stop is even more needed by the right holders. That's why the tools and materials shall be destroyed without any compensation. And here it is written clearly in this provision of Article 54 of Chinese copyright law. So that's it. I hope you will find this video very helpful and practical to protect your copyright in China. I wish you a very lovely day and thank you very much.